Hello, hello, my beautiful soul. Today we're diving deep into a connection that many women feel but rarely articulate or understand. I'm talking about the bridge between the second chakra, your sacral, your womb, and the fifth chakra, your throat and your voice. As being a functional medicine practitioner, I always know that all of the problems, all of the so-called illnesses associated with your womb, with your ovaries, with your period, with your hormones like estrogen, progesterone, they always connected to your thyroid and vice versa. Thyroid is so often connected to what's going on with your estrogen profile, the hormone associated with that second chakra, with your womb, and also the minerals like copper and zinc that represent sacral second chakra and the sacral hormone balance in your body. And fifth chakra, throat, your voice, your thyroid. So second chakra and the fifth chakra, they always connected. And in functional medicine, all of the problems that come around these glands, around these centers, are always connected. These two centers are mirrors of each other. The womb creates life, and the throat gives life to your truth. This is how the universe is born. If you can't fully love and nourish yourself, if you can't take care of yourself, if you don't have that creativity that second chakra gives you, if you do not nourish that chakra that is responsible for your femininity, for your creativity, also for your money, for your hormones, you won't arrive into your own potential. That mission in life so many women want to find. And you won't be able to share your authentic essence with the world. And that's when the soul sort of turns off the cell's energy in your avatar and you're feeling fatigued, you're feeling exhausted because your soul speaks through your body. Your soul wants to show the world all that it carries. That's the only mission. You create your own mission when you love and nourish yourself, your second chakra. So, second chakra, Svadhisthana, governs sexuality, creativity, pleasure, and reproduction. It's the seat of your feminine power, your ability to flow with life, to give birth, not only to children, but to ideas, your projects, your visions. Women with strong second chakra always create something. They full of projects. They want to give to this world. And a lot of times when they are not happy as women, they are not either they in abusive relationship where the fifth chakra, Vishuddha, their voice are represented. If this relationship is not working, that fifth chakra that governs self-expression, communication, truth, if it's under suppression or the woman is not happy with her relationship or she's not loving herself, truly loving herself, because so many of us, we just pretend love ourselves. Loving yourself is not the gym, it's not the nails, it's not even massages. Love yourself is absolutely different. Love yourself is when you can say no, when you can speak your truth, when you nourish yourself, when you nourish your body, and first of all, when you nourish your soul, that second chakra, that flow in life, when you're confident that your spirit, that God supports you. And He does. The only one who stops yourself from feeling your spirit's miracles is you. These two energy centers, second chakra and fifth chakra, they directly link through the energetic spine and the vagus nerve. When a woman suppresses her creativity, pleasure, or emotions, second chakra, the throat contracts. When she silences her truth or swallows her voice, fifth chakra, the womb feels it, often through stagnation, blockages, or illnesses. And then women coming to me and they are surprised. Why? Where's this endometriosis coming from? What's going on with their estrogen? What's going on with the progesterone? We often see, as I mentioned already, thyroid disorders, hypothyroidism, Hashimoto's, coexisting with gynecologist challenges like PCOS, endometriosis, fibroids, infertility. They always connected. Many years ago, before my two children, when I was diagnosed with PCOS, infertility, and endometriosis, I also was diagnosed with hypothyroidism. And when I took care of hypothyroidism, I got pregnant naturally after years and years of medications. Then I was suppressing myself again. You know, the cancer, when I suppressed my creativity, when I couldn't find myself in life, when I got so tired of working and I couldn't express these to people around me, it started the cancer. And in 3 months, I could overcome the diagnosis that was telling me I have a couple months to live. The thyroid is the gland of metabolism, rhythm, and self-expression. So when I found my voice, when I started painting my paintings, I want to say picture, paintings, they're beautiful. When I started dancing, when I started living full life to the fullest, you know, the cancer just disappeared. I couldn't even walk last year. I was in so much pain. But I decided I don't want to play this sick game. I want to live to the fullest. And I started my creativity project. I started the YouTube again because I wanted to share. YouTube is like any of your project, they are your children. Your soul wants to express yourself. It doesn't have to be painting. It can be dancing. It doesn't have to be YouTube. It can be something else. It can be starting something fun, like maybe homeschooling. It is whatever, all of your projects, they making you express your voice, express your creativity. And that's what your soul wants. When a woman does not fully nurture herself, doesn't honor her rhythms, when you want to create your projects, when you go into the world, you also need to honor your rhythms and give yourself a lot of care, a lot of stillness sometimes. I learned how to listen to my soul, and there are some days when I know for sure my energy is changing. I'm recording my higher self, recording my avatar. And I just stay still. You know, sometimes I give, but the woman who constantly gives without receiving, that's when, you know, both systems, they just fail. The body whispers, you cannot keep creating outward if you are not creating inward. You cannot give if you cannot accept. So woman truly, fully gives and expresses her soul when she is taken care of by the world, by her man, by her family, by her friends. And when do they give it to her? When she gives it to herself. Because everything around you is an illusion. First, it happens in your heart. Then it signals to your brain. then it's unfolding through your DNA and the actors come in. If you feel something, the people around you, they are just your actors. Every soul has its own world. In your world, you are the source. Everybody else, they are just your reflections. You are the source. So let's talk about spiritual meaning a little bit. The second chakra says, I feel. The fifth chakra says, I speak. Together, they form, I feel, therefore I speak my truth. I feel, then I speak. I create, therefore I share. I create first, then I share. If there is self-abandonment, like I had, the voice dims. Nothing was inspiring. I hated what I was doing at some point when I was helping people because I didn't give, it was a lot of self-hatred, was a lot of misunderstanding of who I am in this life. My soul was waking up. And it's everything, your experiences in the past. It's a beautiful puzzle for your soul to fly right now, to spread that wings and fly. There is never, ever should be any regret about the past. Because if you lift yourself higher and if you expand your consciousness, you will see why did you have this and that. The cancer was the beautiful, one of the most amazing things that happened to me that woke me up. It was a beginning of my awakening. And now when the spirit enters me, when I get to that amazing state connection to my higher self, to spirit, to God, I understand everything led me to this moment. So now I like to express myself freely. Finally, first time in my life, this year. And remember, if there is a self-suppression, the womb, your sacral centers, they are closing. True wholeness requires a woman to feel deeply and to voice those feelings into the world. If you don't feel deeply, even the bad, I always say, if you want to overcome some bad circumstances in your life, let yourself truly feel them. Don't run away from your thoughts. Don't run away. Your soul wants the experience. While you don't give it the name, oh, I feel bad, I'm so miserable, I feel something like uninspired. Those are just the names. If you stop naming them and you start feeling, you'll know what to do. The feeling will set you free. And then you can show others what is true love is. What to do about all of this? Let's talk about some solutions. That's what I love to give to people. From functional medicine approach and spiritual approach. And only combination of both, the spiritual and the normal earthly actions, will bring you the desired outcome. Because in third matrix, we were just doing, and we didn't understand much about our soul. Now, a lot of people feel that awakening, and now they get to different part. It's all about awakening. It's all about, the universe manifesting, but they forgot that God doesn't have other hands but ours. So let's get back to functional medicine. Support your thyroid. Supporting your thyroid, I would start with tests. And little remark, this is not medical advice. If you need advice or you want to advice on your particular situation, you have to you would like to make the appointment with me and discuss your situation. So this is just my path. I would do tests like TSH, and not only TSH, but free T4, free T3, reverse T3, and TPO antibodies. You will not believe how many people get misdiagnosed. And I would thank the functional medicine practitioner, because if you borderline even a little bit over on your TSH, you're not gonna get diagnosed, or they're not gonna tell you your thyroid needs attention. And if you don't do TPO antibodies, your thyroid function can be absolutely normal, but you are at the beginning of Hashimoto's, for example, which is immune thyroid issue. And you will have all of the thyroid problems like, thinning nails and hair and fatigue and trouble to lose weight and problems with all of your estrogen, progesterone, and your hormones. But your thyroid will be normal. And of course, functional ranges are totally different from the ranges the regular doctors use at their clinics. Very important, balanced nutrients. Selenium, zinc, iodine, absolutely essential, but you have to be careful with that. There is whole complex of action you need to do with iodine if you take iodine. Don't just start taking iodine because it's very detoxing. And if you have any problems with your liver, methylation with your bile, you're going to reabsorb all of the chemicals, all of the harmful substances that iodine moves. Iodine moves them right away from your cells, detoxing, but you can't reabsorb them, especially, like I said, problems with your liver, bile, constipation maybe, or indigestion or bloating. Vitamin D, omega-3 is essential. You won't believe how much deficiency I find in women with omega-3s. Support liver detox, as I mentioned, crucial for estrogen clearance. One of the parts of my cancer problems with my liver was not detoxifying the right way, because I had 3 gene mutations that prevented my methylation process, which is liver detoxification, and my body metabolic functions. And I was doing a lot of protocols and trying to detox my body. But the thing is, I was reabsorbing the not so, I was moving the toxins and reabsorbing them. So, and I used the, one of the things that a lot of mistakes people make, I used the absorbing materials, but I didn't know about genetic mutations, and it's very, very important. That's why I do DNA testing now. And I didn't realize that I have problems, that deeper problems with my body. The problem was the parasites, and the test didn't show parasites. The even ultrasound didn't show anything. I couldn't understand what's going on with my liver. But the thing is, the Giardia and other parasites were in my body. And when I finally got to the bottom of everything, I realized that how often we can overlook on the test the parasites, and they are big problem. And when you work on the parasites extraction, like freeing your body from parasites, you also must work on the limiting beliefs and those kind of like programs, limiting programs that run in your body, like all the men are stupid, or like only rich people like only bad people attract money. Those are really simple ones, but those are limiting programs. And the personality is just a set of limiting programs. We all you are not your personality. Like, I am Alisa, but I am not Alisa. Alisa is my avatar, is the set of the programs. And you have to work on reprogramming your avatar. And when you do that, these parasites, they will, as parasites as a representation kind of your demon, but they're not real demons, you know what I'm saying? But the limiting programs, I call them demons. Because if you ask like spiritual masters who tell you that they can clear your aura, they're talking about those demons. But demons, they are not like life, they're not life entities. They are programs. And of course, I hope when, in the fourth dimension where you are, if you're listening to my podcast, you already understand. But listen to my other podcast if you don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, let's get back to functional medicine from spiritual. We need to nourish our reproductive health, address blood sugar balance, absolutely. Very good support for women with flax and flaxseed oil, omega-3s, sesame, schizandra, one of my absolutely favorite for women health, maca, omegas, as I mentioned, of course. Any support for the liver, absolutely. And I'm gonna make a podcast, and you know what, actually I am going to create, if you're interested in me looking at your test results, looking and giving you ongoing support, I'm going to create a group in a Telegram. It's going to be a very small fee for entering the group, but there we're going to discuss all of the protocols that are needed for gut health, a healthy microbiome, that is essential for estrogen balance. This is one of the conditions how your estrogen going to be metabolized the right way, and you're not going to have, even with the genetic problems like I had, you're not going to get cancer or endometriosis or anything like this. We're going to talk about all of the foods, supplements. We're going to talk about your bile. We're going to talk about lymph. We're going to talk about your hormones, estrogen, testosterone, progesterone. We're going to, my big thing was, because I had excruciating fatigue with cancer, my big thing is how I overcame that fatigue. So getting energy inside of our cells is going to be one huge topic. If you're interested, just let me know, reply to this message, or find the link under this video for that group. And come on, join us. It's going to be amazing. And once a week, I'm going to do big, good podcast and get you guys together. And we're going to discuss questions, and you can ask your questions. So, also, what is very important is to regulate your nervous system. Breath work and vagus nerve toning connect womb and throat. Breath work, if you don't like breath work, you just didn't find the one that works for you. We're going to discuss that in a group too. Because if you find the right one, it's going to be easy to do. And then you're going to have amazing feeling in your cells. It's a little bit addictive because it feels so good. And I'm going to show you with you my breath techniques, but it feels so good that, like I said, it's a little bit addictive. Warm teas for women. When you self-care with the supplements, with nutrition, with any practices, it has to be very gentle. It has to be very warming. It has to be very sensual and sexual, sort of, because we are very sensual and sexual creatures. God is central. And like, look around. The life is sexy. The life itself is sexy. The God, when you get to that feeling, and it comes and goes, that samadhi feeling, when I get into it, I understand why it can't as strongly be present in my body all the time, because the sexual energy, your kundalini that everybody talking about rising, and you see the people moving their body, that's not rising kundalini energies. And these people who are kundalini facilitators, a lot of them, they are mistaking like some energy in the body with kundalini force, and they are mistaking themselves, and they mistaking other people, they misleading other people, because kundalini is such a sacred force, and how it initiated in my body little by little, because oh my God, when you get to like even close to that samadhi feeling, you understand how powerful it is. It's so sacred. It can't be facilitated by other person, and for sure not in the group setting. So, and if it's awakened before the time when your body, when your soul is ready, it's gonna create a lot of damage. So but still, there are a lot of practices that we're going to discuss and that we're going to do. Just feel it. Place one hand on your lower belly and one on your throat, and feel the connection. Also, very good for women is like I said, the breathing and voicing or humming, making all kind of crazy sounds, or maybe singing and humming some lullabies. Try to sing or hum in a way with sound rises from your womb to your throat. There are also practitioners who help with that. Journaling, speaking truth. Even if you can't speak your truth to any of the people around you, you don't feel like ready, don't force yourself. Write a letter, and you don't have to send it, but speak your truth. Write your truth. Uncensor it, even if it's only to yourself. And of course, my favorite that got me out of darkest moments in Cancer. You dance, you paint, you sing, you self-touch. Pleasure is medicine. We learned from the history of, recent years that kids are so traumatized about their own sensuality. Pleasure is something dirty. But pleasure creates creativity. Creativity is womb pleasure, womb energy flowing upward. And we women, we can't just do protocols, exercise in the gym and be happy. No, and healthy. Healthy. No, and again, no. I tried that. I was going to the gym and detoxing when I got cancer. This is not what your soul wants, my dear. And repeat after me. My womb and my voice are one. I create in joy and I speak in truth. So remember, if you don't fully love yourself, you can't fully arrive in your power. You can't find your mission. And you always think that my mission, something, my realization, something I do for this world, for my family, to make money, it's somewhere tomorrow. No, it is. We live only one day. You wake up as a clean, absolutely clean field. And what holds you back is your memory of your failures, of your mistakes, and you get trapped and you project them into your future. Your brain, your mind creating illusions for you, and you fight them somewhere in the future, and you forget that past and future don't exist. They created here in this moment. From every decision, when you choose your warm bath, over like doing some type of work, when you're choosing yourself over cleaning up the house, or maybe getting your butt up and cleaning your house instead of pitying yourself. There's a balance, and we're gonna learn that balance in that group. Yes, I'm talking. I've been thinking about making this group for so long now. All of a sudden, something like pushing me to say this in this podcast. That means I need to get my butt up and do this group. Okay, I'm gonna do that. The womb and throat are not separate. They are one river flowing in two directions: creation and expression. Creation and expression. I love you so much. Get into my group. We'll explore specific rituals to align your hormones with lunar cycles. It's so helpful for women. We're gonna talk about gut health, liver health. This is such a big part of what I'm gonna talk to people about is the your lymphatic system, immune system. They even connected: lymphocytes, immune system, lymphatic system. The thing is, guys, we can heal naturally, absolutely, when our immune system working the way it's supposed to work. There would be no parasites, there would be no problems, there would be no viruses or bacteria overpowering us, creating that bloating hormone challenges for us. We have that open heart, thymus, which is center of your spiritual world, and also it's the center of your immunity. And body's immunity expresses itself through lymphatic system, and we have very sticky, thick, and very not taking care of lymphatic flow and blood flow. And I'm gonna talk about this in my group, so join me. And I'm gonna wrap it up. Love you so much. Please, let's wake up and understand that the soul speaks through the body, and I'll give you all the tools, I promise.